What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Destiny Down Under, a Star Wars Destiny podcast. I think that's what we've called. It's been a while. I'm with the team. I've got back-to-back Aussie National Champ, Bounce Without, aka Blake, our resident tech genius, regional winner, and all-round nice guy, Aaron, aka Aaron Chapman. And sadly, we don't have any General Jacoby, aka Jacob, as he's hanging out with his fam up in Byron Bay, but that's fine. We're going to get excited. We've got a ton of stuff to announce and talk about, including the launch of the DDU.Network. Blake, why don't you kick it off for us?
We've got heaps of stuff to talk about, right? There's heaps of big changes, and that was the main reason we wanted to get on a cast after 6.5 months, 7 months or whatever.
I think it's even longer than that.
Yeah, it's probably even longer.
We're pretty useless.
And finally invite me on one.
And now we have Aaron. So maybe we should start out with that. Aaron,
to be fair, I think I invited Aaron a few times, but Aaron politely declined.
Aaron doesn't like to be in the spotlight.
Yeah, fair.
Aaron, why don't you introduce yourself and tell everybody who doesn't already know you, who should, who you are and what you do and what you bring to the network.
Man, put me on the spotlight. I'm Aaron, Perth-based player. I kind of look after DDU.Network's website and everybody's articles, so when you send me an article, I'll edit it and get it up there looking good. Yeah. Apparently I play the game too, you know.
Sweet. Yeah, Aaron's our tech guy. He's our tech guy. In exchange, we teach him how to get better at Destiny.
Yeah.
Seems like a fair trade to me.
Just to clarify, Blake teaches him how to get better at Destiny, because that's definitely not coming from me.
No, you're alright, Clint. Your youngling decks are good.
Yeah.
So that was off script, but I thought it was we wanted to get Aaron introduced properly, officially. And then now I guess we can just start going into all these exciting new changes that we have.
It's all about fast and loose podcasting.
Ugh. I've always hated that term.
Well,
but it's true.
It's true. It's always fast and loose. All right, let's get the show on the road. We've actually got a written list of stuff that we're going to go through tonight. And as I said, we'll see how quickly it derails. So obviously we have rebranded everything. Everyone has probably noticed that we've got a new website. We've got articles on the website. We've got a Discord, which is very, very active at the moment. So thank you to everyone that has joined, that's come on board, that is stimulating the conversation on there, liking our Facebook page, everything like that. It's, DDU is for everyone in Australia, but it's also for the wider community worldwide. We want to get everyone involved. So Aaron and Blake in the background have been working on that really, really hard. I've just come back from holidays, so this has all been happening when I was away. And yeah, so it's really good. It's really encouraging. It's really, really exciting. Blake, do you want to take us through some of the things that are happening on there?
Yeah, so the main focus of DDU.Network is to provide a platform for anyone and everyone to share pretty much whatever Star Wars game-related content they want. So it's not, about us preaching to people and telling them what decks or what this or what they should be doing. It's about everyone that wants to write, about having somewhere to get published and just sharing their thoughts. And essentially it's about bringing their communities together, because there's a lot of good people across all the FFG Star Wars games. And if we can connect everyone through DDU as a hub, that's going to be really good. And in turn, we should be able to grow all of the games and just kind of provide, I guess, kind of create a national community instead of having all of these offshoot, tiny local game store communities, because the game has declined a bit. But having essentially merging into a national community, I think, is really good for the growth and the health of the game and the health of the community overall. So I just wanted to get that out there. If anyone wants to write about anything, record a gameplay, anything at all, just send it in. We'll put some links. Aaron will put some links in the show notes, or Clint. and that is articles at DDU.Network. Anything at all, just make sure you hit us up, because this is really for everybody to take advantage of.
Yeah, I think that's an important thing to highlight. This is, while we do focus on competitive gameplay, it's not just competitive gameplay. It is for people who are entering the game. It's for people who want to improve their skills. It's for people who want to be part of the network, but don't feel like they're connected to any sort of the other content creators. This is for everyone within our Australian, New Zealand, Australasian community to join in. You're all content creators here, and we welcome anything that you've got, any input that you want to put in.
Yeah.
Also, I'd say not to stress about your writing ability or anything like that. Like, we're happy to edit and help you get your articles up and all that kind of stuff. That's no problem either.
Yeah, there's no judgment. What we wanted is a place that you'd log in daily, you just jump on the network, see what's been happening, read an article or two, watch a game or two, and it's by people that eventually you'll grow to know people, and it will connect the communities. And it's not just bound to Australia, and it's worldwide. Anyone that wants to put something up, let's do it. It started as an Australian-based idea, but really it's about merging the communities into a national and then eventually into a global community. We will have competitive stuff happening. We've already got articles by Honestly Sarcastic and Agent of Zion, which to you guys, thanks very much. We really appreciate it. We've got some more guest writers coming soon, so we will have competitive content for people to learn. But then we've also got people's tournament reports from the GQ. We've got people's deck ideas coming out, and it's just going to be somewhere to jump on and get connected with other Star Wars gamers.
One day we might even get a article from back-to-back Australian national champion Blake Moody.
I've already got one out there, Clint. Yeah,
I've already
got one out there.
Maybe I should read the website.
Maybe you should read it. You could learn a thing.
It's actually a really good article on Tempo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Moving on. There was some nice robust discussion around that one.
No, that was actually some good discussion. A lot was learned from that. So yeah, jump on, check out the website. If you want to put anything together at all, articles at DDU.Network. Join the Discord if you need help to join it, or let us know. And then I guess what we can do now is end the podcast. We just want to let people know what we're about.
Oh, come on, it didn't take that long to derail.
All right. We're 8 minutes in. So, I mean, what else are we doing? I've got some huge ideas. I'd love to be able to use this and use the support to start breaking into play groups and being able to, support smaller play groups. And I'd love to do huge things with this. But we're not there yet. We're so new. But we're going to stick around, and this is going to be something that just grows and grows. But I guess the next thing we could touch on is what we're doing first. One of our many projects on the go.
Yeah, so I guess one problem, well, not necessarily a problem, but one thing we all noticed and which was a main motivator for starting the podcast in the first place was there was no representation or any organisation for the game in our direct area or within Australia, New Zealand, Australasia, which was the main motivator for that. And then if you jumped on TTS, you would be playing people in America, in Europe, where the lag was very, very painful. But you would push through it because you wanted to test games, test your decks, etc., etc. So the idea comes from is being able to be in contact with each other all the time and being able to localize that gaming experience. And really as a meta, our meta is different to anywhere else in the world. Just like the European meta is different to the American meta. We have our own unique meta. I wasn't at the Sydney GQ, and I haven't had a chance to review what the meta was like there, which Aaron might be able to take us through that a little bit. But the feedback that I got from that, and I guess the conversation that we're having now is an on-flow effect from the success of the Sydney GQ, is that everyone loves the game, but there's just no resource there for everyone to communicate efficiently and effectively. So that's where this idea of evolving the Destiny Down Under podcast to the DDU.Network has come from. Would you agree, guys?
Yeah, there seemed to be heaps of hype coming off the GQ. Now, I wasn't there, but from, traveling to Nats and then just being present online, like, I've built some really good friendships with people that aren't from WA. There's guys in South Australia, like all over. There's, Melbourne, Sydney, and I think that was kind of the core of it. And, like, the message that I got from not even being at the GQ, but the guys that went over there, is that everybody still loves this game. We just aren't connected. We have all that, like I was saying, these tiny offshoots of local communities, and they're 8 to 12 people strong, where we want to build this as like a national community. And that's going to kind of lead into our league night and what we plan to do with that. But the hype is there. Everyone loves this game. The format right now is fantastic. I don't want to get into any meta talk just yet, but we might later. But the hype is there. Everyone's loving the game. We have some setbacks from FFG, but the community's so good. Everybody gets along with everybody. There's good friendships that have been built. And so I think it was about that. And then you even see in our Discord, sorry, I'm just about done, like how active our Discord has become, and people talking and sharing ideas and stuff. Like, everyone is involved, and it's really promising, right?
So I was just about to say, like, maybe Aaron, like, you can go through what our plans are for the future, like over the coming months, what we plan on doing, how we plan on growing this community and getting everyone engaged with the network.
So, our very first thing that we want to do, like Blake touched on, is League Night. So, we've always talked about running something. We've had a chat to the community, and we've decided Thursday nights are a good night for most of the community. I don't think any local nights run on Thursdays that we know of. If they do, hit us up. We need to know about that. But basically, we're going to run a league for, I think we're saying 6 weeks, where every Thursday night, at least one of the DDU.Network team is going to be on Discord, and you can jump on the Discord and you'll be able to organise a game, guaranteed, with some great ping and not have to lag for once. Anybody else want to touch in on any of the other points of the league?
You guys were talking about it today, so Blake, you might want to jump in here. I haven't. I
Yeah.
didn't really follow the discussion. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right, Clint. We organised everything. All right. Just follow along. You can take a little bit of credit.
Yeah.
as well.
I'll just do what I'm told.
No, it's not like that. So we put it out to the community about what people want to see. Essentially, what the idea of the league night was to kind of create that vibe that you get from going to your local game night. Everyone's got their weekly event, and it's always a really nice time. You go out, you build your deck, you go out, you meet up with your friends. Everyone's having a laugh, playing some games, and we wanted to create that on the national level. So we're going to run a league, 6 weeks. I think we're undecided on the amount of games, but 1 or 2 games per week. I'm assuming just 1. You can run your games any way you want. You don't have to be involved in the Discord for your games. You can run them any way you want. But you'll be able to jump on the Discord and find an opponent to meet up with and get a game done. You can do it any time during the week. But we wanted to have a focus on having one night, which is going to be Thursday night, where there's going to be people around. So we're going to have people hanging out in the Discord. I'll be, plugged in to the headset. I'll be looking for games. We're going to have door prizes. So it's going to just be like, people are going to be chatting away in the Discord, sharing their stories, whatever. It's just going to be like going to your local game store for the weekly event, except we're going to be running it nationwide. And that could extend. Anyone else that wants to jump in. It's just going to be run on Aussie time, because that was one of the biggest issues we had, was getting games with good quality ping.
at 3 a.m.
At good times. So I'm really looking forward to that. Just being like, right, Thursday night, that's my league night. I get to do it at home, but then I can just be like, jump on. I'm in Discord for the next 3 hours, chatting away to people, organising a game, playing a game. There's going to be door prizes, heaps of stuff. We're going to have prizes for the top. So we're going to support people's local game stores. So the top 4 will pay out in-store credit to your game store of choice. And we will have participation cards for everybody. That's just a gift from us. So we want everyone that comes to get a welcome gift from the network. The kicker is the winner of the league after 6 weeks, they're going to get to choose what we print as a welcome gift, as the participation card. So that's really, really exciting.
And they're also going to be print to demand, so the only way to be able to get these cards are going to be through the league participation.
Yeah.
So we're not
I'm
going to
super
print any
excited.
Extras. It's just going to be those ones.
Yeah, the league night I think is going to be great. Just people hanging out and like us just connecting. Just like you'd go to your Discord instead of going to having to go out. That means people should get 2 game nights a week. But just getting to like frequently play games with people from the other side of the country is going to be just huge. I think that's pretty much it, right? Do we need to recap it? Thursday night, league night, 6 weeks.
Great payout.
Yep, great payout. Find pairings as you wish. Choose games however you will. There will be a lot more information about it in the Discord. So join the Discord. There will be a link in the show notes. Thanks, Aaron or Clint. All right, and we're supporting your local game store.
Yeah, and I think the important thing is that everything goes back to the Discord. So it's really super important that you join. We're not just saying that just so we can increase the size of our Discord, but we will be communicating a lot of stuff through the DDU.Network Discord. So to join the community, to see what's going on, make sure you join the Discord. I'll leave a link in the show notes. As we said before, the Discord has just like blown up in the last week, and there's lots and lots of robust and healthy discussion going on. You can go there and post your deck lists and ask for advice from other players in Australia, what they're doing, what they're not doing, what they found works, what doesn't work, strategies against certain meta decks, all the sort of stuff that you would get on the other Discords, but just in local time.
Yeah, it seems
well.
great,
and,
right?
Yeah, and it's just, as Blake said, it creates that sense of community in our time zone, basically.
Yeah, seems good. So jump on the website every day to read and take in some new content, and then jump in the Discord to get in contact and become a part of the network that's building really fast. And
we also want to just take a quick minute to do a bit of a shout out to our first Patreon. Our first Patreon is Derek. He's actually in Sydney, and he plays with us quite regularly out at Good Games Bondi Junction. So thanks so much. You're a legend, Derek, for signing up and supporting us as well. And we've all talked about it, and we're gonna sort something out that's extra special for you. Dave might be providing that little special something for you, but we'll sort that out for him with him for you.
Yeah, big ups to Derek Bertram, our first Patreon supporter. He's been great and really actively involved. I promise you, Derek Bertram, you will be repping come Worlds. So he's also going to Worlds, which is just fantastic. And that does segue into us and Patreon, and it's
the fact that we have one.
The fact that we have Patreon and what it's about. It's not about making any money at all. It's about putting, supporting the communities. I mean, obviously there's cost in doing what we're doing. But anything that comes in through Patreon and supporting the network, supporting, the cost of the site, etc., anything over and above, we'll be putting back into local playgroups, communities, schools, anything we can help to grow this game even more. And then we're going to, and then that does extend into other Star Wars games. If you've got something happening in Legion, Armada, Imperial Assault, X-Wing. I mean, I'm really into X-Wing right now as well as Destiny. One, let us know if you want to talk about it. Two, jump in the Discord and let's chat gaming.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Also, Patreon will also get an extra section in the Discord.
There is that, yeah.
Where we will be actively monitoring, and we're there to chat about your decks. Blake's there to chat about your deck.
Yeah,
and
we're all there.
Strategy you need.
Yeah, we'll have some more info coming out on that. But just know that if you want to support a good cause, support the cost of the network, and then branch out into us supporting local communities and stuff.
Yeah, I think the Patreon's the only way that we're going to be able to do any of these bigger community-minded plans that we have.
100%.
Without that support, I don't think we will be able to do that. But it's about
agreed.
getting
It would be nice.
in more people's hands.
It's nice to have the dream. So, but I just want the point to be clear that this is about building the communities. That's all it is. We've offered the platform, we've put the work in, and we'll continue to do so. But it's about building the community and connecting on a national level and then a global level.
So yeah,
so if you do want to support it, let us know. We'll point you in the right way. Everything will go to a genuinely good cause,
which we'll keep everybody informed about as well.
Yeah, and as the boys said, like any excess money that's there, it's all going straight back into the community. It's not going into our pockets.
No, we do this for love.
Yeah. And,
all right,
and it is purely out of love of the game.
Yes.
That we do this.
Yeah.
So,
recap again. Check out the website every day. Jump in the Discord to get involved in all the discussion. If you want a Patreon, anything you Patreon, that support goes to the cost, and then anything over goes to supporting other communities. In return, we're happy to talk any deep level strategy with you. We have Discord rewards, so you get your own channels. We have access to all of us, pretty much 24/7, and then we have some really really cool things kind of cooking at the moment.
All right,
and the league. Jumping on the league.
All right, should we just cover the bullet points of that, and then we can maybe go into meta talk for 10 minutes, and we might actually have a sub 45-minute podcast for once.
Oh yeah!
All right, so Blake already touched on the league, but we'll just run over some of the basics of the league that we plan on doing on a Thursday night. So we're going to be hosting the league on a Thursday night. You have to be part of the Discord to participate in it, because that's where all the games are going to be organised. So that will be your best. Again, a link to the Discord will be in the show notes. It's going to run for 6 weeks, and one of us is going to be managing that on the league night. So there's 4 of us available, but one of us will be at least there to help players find games, facilitate things. We're going to encourage everyone in the league to work out how to play their matches between each other, and the Discord is the best way to facilitate that communication. Whatever way you want to play that game is up to you. I'm not going to mention the magic words, but everyone knows what I'm talking about. There's going to be a ladder based on wins and losses and no ELO to start with, but that is obviously something that we'll consider depending on how difficult...
Oh, that ladder, just quickly, that ladder will be linked on the website. So if you're crushing it, you're gonna be known.
You're gonna get the kudos.
You get a target marked on your head.
Yeah.
Or you're going to be the one that doesn't get any games because no one's going to want to play with you.
Yeah. So bring your jank, just bring your good jank. All right.
There's a 1 game restriction against any player that you play, so you can only play them once. The payout for the prizes will be dependent on the participants as store credit at the game store of your choice, with the champion of each league getting something special. And that's still up for discussion, so we're just figuring that out, but we'll let everyone know.
No, we have that resolved.
Oh, we have that resolved now, do we?
We have that resolved, yeah. The champion gets to pick the altar that we print as a gift to everybody that joins the league.
There we
So
go.
if you champion and you want us to print Jar Jar, we'll print Jar Jar. Whatever. That's what you get.
And then you get booted from the Discord.
And then you get booted from the Discord.
It'll be the best Jar Jar, to be fair.
It'll be fantastic. And then you will also get the largest portion of prize payout, which will be paid out in store credit to your local store.
Cool.
Which are going to pay out top 4.
Top 4. Yeah.
Top 4.
But everyone will get something, right? Plus, we've got participation door prizes. So that's the idea of having the league night. Hang out on a Thursday, and you could win a door prize. All right. So that's the league.
Yep. And then the final point that we've got here is after a few leagues, there will be the potential for a league showdown where the best performers, we're still discussing the number, and the last X amount of leads will be invited to a single day tournament with extra special prizes, and it seems like we're looking at a special one-off deck box for the winner there.
Yeah, that's really, really good. But that's well down the track.
Yeah, we're going to get a few leagues in first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just giving everyone an idea of the plans that we have over the next 12 months anyway.
Just everyone get hyped, get excited, and get involved because it's growing. You know, the network's growing every day. We've got big plans. We've got big dreams, but you know, the community's really kind of proven that we're in it for the long run. You know, we've had our ups and downs with certain things with the game, but the hype's still there. Everyone's really enjoying it, and we just wanted that platform for everyone to connect and play games.
All right, are we ready to go off script?
Are we done? So everyone knows about the website. If you want to write something, send it in, articles at DDU.Network. Even, you're going to have to edit that out.
Sounds like your dog's excited to write an article for us.
There we go, Blake's muted himself. Alright, so...
Hang on, guys.
Alright.
Just so you know, Blake, I'm not editing this out.
This is going to be the most riveting part of the whole podcast.
Exactly. I think Blake's dog wants to join the Discord.
Yep.
Alright, you're 100% editing that out. We've stepped up in the world, Clint. We have a website now.
Oh, we've got a website now. Okay, alright.
Yeah, we've stepped up. So everybody, that's we wanted to... Articles at DDU.Network, all things Destiny, X-Wing, Imperial Assault, anything. If you got something to say, let us know. If you got a game you recorded, let us know. We want to share and we want to get everybody connected. League night starting... When are we starting this league?
Pretty soon.
All right, details will be out over the weekend. We'll have a full page up letting you know about it all. More content coming. Join the Discord, check the website, join the league, and if you really want to support us and help us grow the communities even more, check out Patreon.
Perfect.
All right. Let's get wild. So
World's prizes.
How good are they?
Let's talk about World's prizes.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm excited.
Well, you two are going to Worlds, so you two are the guys that are gonna have the opportunity to collect these sweet prizes. What are your wins? What are your losses?
What was that?
Well,
wins and
what do you
losses.
like? What do you like, and what don't you like?
All right. So first of all, the deck box is good. There's been a little bit of talk about it. It's a nice looking deck box, and that's just for being there, right?
Which is awesome.
That is huge.
Yeah. So it says here, I've got the website up here. Simply for participating, Star Wars Destiny players will receive a deck box of Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker's final confrontation aboard the Death Star, as well as a pair of prize tickets, blah, 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 blah. They'll also earn 2 additional prize tickets per win and 1 prize. That's pretty good. They didn't do that last year, did they?
No, they gave out prize tickets last year. But I think this year, the whole idea, there was a chat in the Facebook and someone had tagged Matt Holland, and it was about, they're restructuring the World's Prize to be focused on the prize wall. So hopefully stuff is cheaper to buy. off the
think
prize wall.
that is some of what the discussion has been, is that the pricing is going to change on the prize wall.
Yeah, which is huge. So everyone gets a deck box and 2 tickets to start off. Top 64 overall get that insane bit of rivalry mat.
Yeah, that bit of rivalry mat is pretty dope.
Top 32 get the gold and black acrylic resource tokens.
I'm not going to lie, I'm surprised that the mat's not top 32 and the resource tokens are top 64.
I agree.
I thought it would be that way round.
I agree. I think like resource tokens are cool, but I have like some.
A million resource tokens.
Yeah, like I have some from like the 17 nuts or whatever. They're not even that nice. We printed our own ones that like we really like.
Which I keep losing, so
Yeah.
you might have to do another print run of it.
Yeah.
I think I've still got some in my bag that I was supposed to give it at the Germany GQ, and I didn't.
Right.
Whoops.
So Clint has the monopoly. But that mat is hot. I'm excited for that. Top 64 seems very doable. Surely... we haven't worked out the numbers yet, but we should maybe look at that.
Well, I've got to work out what you've got to play yet, Blake, so just give me another
yeah.
couple of weeks and I'll figure that out for you.
The prize wall, they've shown us some of the prize wall stuff. That Ewok mat is fire. I think it's great.
I think the Ewok mat's sick.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy hot about the colour promo splash things. Not my style, but... I'm sure there's an audience for them.
I really
And surely
like
they
the
have
Clone
spot
Trooper.
glosses and stuff.
Maybe they are spot glosses. They'd have to be spot glosses.
I think there'd be spots.
So the exclusive ones that they've printed in the article, they look like they'd probably be acrylic, like the thick acrylic, like the
They'd
old
have to be.
Store Champs Phasma cards.
Yeah, they'd have to be.
But maybe not spots. But I'm assuming they still have spots on the prize wall.
Well, you do realise that the Store Champ, Phasma and all that are spot glosses as well, because they've got the spot glossing. But they're just not the see-through.
They're just not the see-through, which makes all of the difference.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Allegedly.
I like the see-through.
Yeah, the Vader looks nice that they're spoiled. I think that Vader looks really good.
Yeah, I got my nice Qui-Gon Jinn 2 spot gloss from GQ, which will never hit the table because I'm just addicted to Raylo at the moment. So
nice. So is that it? So we got a prize wall, some stuff announced. They're saying they're restructuring it. Top 64 get that insane mat. I'm gunning for that mat.
Yep.
That's what I want to bring home with
that
me.
mat's pretty dope. Do we
I don't know. I wouldn't mind
on
bringing home the Holdo mat.
All right, and then the first player gets that Holdo mat. That was so insane. That's one of the best scenes of a movie I've ever watched. And that mat is really nice. Gunning for first, I'll tell you, there's some amazing Destiny players around the world.
Look, my money's on you, Blake. My money's on
thanks,
you.
man. Appreciate it.
I
appreciate it.
We did get a little bit of a spoiler in the World's preview as well. So we got a new Poe, which I don't think anyone can actually read what the power action is there, but he's got piloting.
It's 14-17.
14-17, which basically makes him unplayable. But he's 2 range, 2 indirect, 1 discard, 1 resource. Blank. I'm assuming
14-17.
We don't know his health yet, so I would imagine
I would say it'd be 12.
a little beefy.
It'd be 12.
Yeah, isn't it at the top
It'd be
12?
at least 12. No, that's
that's
the Enfys
Enfys Nest.
You can't
Right.
actually
But
see
I would,
him.
for 14-17, he'll be 12.
I think that's where we're at with the game right now.
Yep.
But I would imagine we're probably going to get a new black one that will just be bonkers with him.
Bonkers good.
Yeah.
If that's what they're pushing, right, all about the piloting, that would be very thematic. I love Poe in like all of the games. Like I've won with him in Destiny. I won a hyperspace trial X-wing with Poe.
So tell you what, Poe 2
big fan.
is just a very solid character.
You've been playing around with him recently a bit, haven't you?
I've only been theorizing with him. I haven't actually played any games with that. Just sort of like Poe 2 with Ray 3. In theory, it sounds good, but I think it might fall a little bit flat.
I just don't think it's powerful enough compared to where the current meta's sitting.
I think it's just a little bit too defensive and not aggressive enough. Like, it doesn't have the aggression, so...
Yeah.
And like every hero deck at the moment, it's susceptible to easy picking than Entangle, which will just time walk you for a round. So...
Yep. All right, we're finished on World's Prizes, right?
Yeah.
Everyone get excited.
That's fine.
Obviously, we're gunning for the Holdo mat, but minimum, I'm bringing home that Obi Maul mat.
How about those amazing X-Wing prizes?
All right, we have to touch on the X-Wing stuff because it's insane. If you play X-Wing and you're going to Worlds, you're getting hooked up. Providing you can make the top 32, you'll get a really nice range ruler set. All the X-Wing prizes I'm excited for. I'm running both events at Worlds. So it's going to be, hopefully, 4 days of solid straight gaming, and it's going to be insane. If anyone has any super secret spice they want to share with me that I can win Worlds with, and I do, I will split the prizes with you.
Just play Jedis.
Ugh. Or in X-Wing?
Yeah.
Ugh, everybody's playing them.
Jedi.
So
I don't even play X-Wing, and I know to play Jedis.
Yeah, no, you get a Plo Koon. You get a Plo Koon ship just for playing X-Wing. So I'm getting one. I'm probably going to try and sign Aaron up now. No, you can't get it. You have to be invited to play.
Yeah, and I don't think I can get up to scratch to get through the LCQ by...
No, so if anyone has, like... I haven't been around very heavily in Destiny since Nats. I knew we had some downtime coming, so I picked up X-Wing to try and pick it up prior to Worlds, so I can play it as a secondary game while I'm there, and all things are kind of on track. I feel okay where my game is at right now, and I'm starting back on the solid Destiny grind like I used to. So. No, I'm not leaving the game. You know, I sold some cards way back when. Everyone freaked out. No, I'm not leaving. I love the game. I love the community. Obviously, we're still invested. You know, we just launched what we've launched.
This is just an indicator of how much pull you have in the game, Blake. Like, you leave, the game's dead.
And I just was working on a second game, trying to build up the skills so I could at least get invited to Worlds and mission accomplished. So.
All right, should we touch on the meta? We had Nova on the weekend, and we're now leading up into Worlds. We know what the Worlds meta is roughly going to be, considering that Covert Missions is delayed till Q1.
Yay!
Quick fire round. Do we think there's going to be a rules update before Worlds?
No.
I don't know. I hope not.
I don't think the game needs one. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
So maybe there is one, but I don't think the game needs one.
Yeah, so let's delve into that a little more. I'm of the same opinion. I don't think there needs to be a rules update. I think the meta is still relatively unexplored, but with so many high-level competitive events that are coming up, people just jumped on what they knew rather than trying to innovate.
Well, I'd say it's healthy anyway.
I'm 1,200 words into my next article, which is about the meta and the evolution, so I don't want to go too deep into it on this. Two things that kind of stand out to me, and they might be controversial or not. I believe this is the best meta we've had since Legacies, hands down. The games are deep, the games are really good, decisions matter. You know, it's just God rolling off the table with Vader and you forgot to draw some removal for the round. Like, the good players are winning right now, and to me that's a sign of a good game. When you know that there's room to play tight and get rewarded and actually win because your decisions actually matter, this game is in a great spot right now. And I also feel that but I also feel most of the decks, you know, most of the power has been found. There's definitely room for innovation, but I don't believe people have just been doing nothing. I think the power has been found, and I think people are almost at a point now where they're going to start looking for new technology rather than a new deck, if that makes sense.
So, my argument to that is that it's not necessarily that people aren't innovating, but they weren't comfortable enough to bring anything that was innovative to combat what is at the top at the moment. But now we've got 2 months, what is it? October, yeah. So 2 months between Nova and Worlds, and with no really big major events between then. There's a couple of Nats, for innovation. Right? Yeah, but Nats don't really influence meta that much, do they? Like,
Nova.
Yeah, but Nova is a event that's like got quite a lot of coverage. Like Australian Nats doesn't have a lot of coverage.
Yeah,
and even then, that's in November anyway.
I feel like, because I've looked, and I've been kind of watching the meta. I feel like starting from Gen Con, and then moving through, then we had German Nats, then we had Euros, then we had Nova. I feel like we saw an evolution in the meta, which I've written about, and I feel like we're at now, not so much the pinnacle, but I think the decks that we know of now, the really powerful, tier 1 decks, I feel like that's been explored, that's been solved. But now it's metagaming and tweaking and really fine-tuning those decks that we know about. I feel like we're already at that point. We saw an evolution. I think Nova was a great representation of the format now and what I expect to see at Worlds. To be honest, I really expect them to be very similar.
Oh, the top 32 in Nova was amazing. Like, there was no dominant deck. Like, everyone was playing something different. The ratios were very, very even. And it did really come down to what technology you packed and player skill, basically, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's great. Like, I agree with you, Blake. I think the meta's really good. I mean, Legacies was a very, very good meta. I still think Legacies was a better meta, but I don't think anything is overpowered at the moment.
Yeah. I think this is as good as Legacies, but I said that. I think it's just any meta where decisions matter. Like, we're playing tight. Any meta where I'm seeing the top players do well, that's it. We know we're in a good meta.
So just to clarify, the only reason I think Legacy's meta was better was because there was nothing pushing too wide out. Like, you could still play 2 wide, you could still play 3 wide, and you still had an equal amount of chance of winning. Whereas
I think 2 wide right now.
I think you can, but I think it was more limited. Balanced in Legacies.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a different meta, right? And it is, because Legacies was a 2 wide meta. We had the rainbow vehicles back then, but that really didn't show up at Worlds. But the 2 wide deck, like, it was a 2 wide meta, and if you look at Worlds, you're like, wow, it really was. I think this is a different meta, but I think it's the same quality. I don't think we've had something as good since Legacies, between Legacies and now. Like, they've all kind of felt a bit subpar in certain areas. Yeah. I'm not looking at this meta and going, oh, it's not. I think it's different.
No. And I think, not to bang on the Raylo train or anything like that, I think stuff like Raylo, what have you got? You've got Beckett Iden as well. I think you'd have to be a very skilled Beckett Iden player to actually progress.
I think you'd have to have big balls to play Beckett Iden, that works.
But Raylo top 2ing at Nova, I think people still underestimated that deck a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think there's still room for innovation in that deck. I know some people think, oh, well, you've got the 26 cards sorted out. I still think there's room for innovation there. Not even necessarily going with an upgrade package, but just going with an ability package or stuff like Bloodlust or Resilient, just to keep abusing Kylo's die. Or
I just don't know if you got the money for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but if you replace everything with, like, your upgrades, which... if you look at the Ewoks deck, all your damage is out of hand, and just you don't have to use dice. So why can't you apply the same philosophy to other decks? Like, if you're just abusing the dice, abusing the dice that you've got. I don't know. I'm just
because
going
other
off
decks
on a
rely on dice, right? Yeah. Let's not. But no, I really think Raylo is tier 1. I think it's great. I think the skill cap is so high on that deck to eke out every little bit of value. What I really like is that we're seeing technology in that as well. That top 2 Nova list was pretty interesting. There's definitely technology to be had, and I think picking the right meta. Now we're picking what's going to have the biggest representation at Worlds and adjusting to that, I think is going to be the ticket, and having some spicy technology. I don't think we're going to see something brand new come out of the woodworks. I think because it's very similar to Legacies, right? We had this great format. We had a lot of time with it. And there wasn't anything kind of brand new except for Joe's deck, but he kind of does that anyway. And I think that's what we're going to see. I know Palp picked up a little bit of hype over at Nova. Palp's very annoying to deal with.
Palp's strong.
Yeah, I think so. We're going to see that. I think we're going to see all droid flavors. I think there is a particularly better droids list than others.
Didn't someone play like an Ayla droids list as well?
Somebody played like, mill droids.
As much as I love Ayla droid sounds terrible.
It does it. Like don't you get Ayla, Fateful, and both droids? Like that seems interesting.
Yeah, but you don't have yellow. Not having yellow just seems bad if you're sort of running like.
Is it that bad?
I think it's got like pluses and minuses to it for sure.
Yeah,
like,
I think
you lose
got
yellow,
merit.
but I think you gain a few other things. And Ayla's got a nice controlling die.
Yeah. I like Ayla. You love Ayla. What the heck?
I love Ayla, but I just feel like just with 3PO and R2, it just seems terrible. Like without the yellow, without your yellow mitigation package, it's
just pickings, right?
Yeah, but
that's almost all you lose.
I don't know. Pickings is pretty good right now.
But like Raylo doesn't have pickings.
Yeah, but Raylo's Raylo.
It's got 1,000 shields though, so I guess it's still defensive.
Yeah. I've played about 30 games with Raylo so far, and it is crazy. It's like the deck. So what I was going to say before is like you're saying it's tier 1. I don't think it's tier 1. I think it's tier 1.5. The player makes up the 0.5 difference.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I think most decks are like that right now, though. So that's why I think and that's why I'm really happy with the meta. I don't think droids is, I think droids is actually insane, but but that kind of goes probably from tier 1 to S tier in the right hands.
I do like that there's no S tier deck at the moment.
Well, I think we'll see one come Worlds. I really think, like, if we don't see a holocron, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty set on what I'm playing. I think we'll see. Yeah, I guess you're right. There is no like S tier. There is like definitely tier 1. But like, there's certain decks right now in the right hands that just are insane. But I think Raylo's one of those.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Droids is one of those. I think Jabba, Jabba's really good, but I think once people adjust to it, it's fine. You have to have a good game plan. I think Ewoks people really need to just keep them on the radar. I wouldn't play Ewoks, but I tell you, like, it could just win another event. It could just steal one.
It's like Palp of old, right? Like, if you don't come in prepared for it, it can just take over.
Yeah, it'll just wreck. But yeah, I think there's definitely, like, we know the meta, right? Like, Raylo, droids of all flavors. I think Satine is slightly ahead of the others. But that's maybe
Chopper
just based on... I think it's based on, like, playstyle preference.
I think that goes into what you're versing. So, like, there's a bit of paper, scissors, rock between the droids themselves. Like, they all beat each other in a certain way.
Yeah, there's like this sub paper, scissors, rock within the paper, scissors, rock.
Across the board, Satine is better.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah, slightly. Across against the field, I guess.
Yeah.
But the Satine one doesn't run faithful companions, does it?
The Chopper one does not. And I think that's the weakness of the Chopper one. I think Fateful's really good.
Okay.
I don't want to... But that's, again, preference. I don't want to play droids without Fateful, but you could play Chopper with Salvage Arm and you pretty much get the same result, right?
Yep.
Salvage Arm is so good.
Yeah, you get the same thing. So we know droids are good. Palp is, I would probably be testing Palp.
Palp was a bit of a surprise one, wasn't it?
The thing with Palp is, like, if you let them do what they want and then you try to kill him and then he backed us for $1 million and then fatals you for $1 million.
Happened to me last night.
How it's really hard to beat that. I think Palp's definitely beatable though. I don't think it's going to be like S tier that breaks the format.
No, I think it's just you come in with a solid plan.
I think it's just one of those decks that like you stop respecting it and then boom, there it is. And and that's Ewoks are going to sit in that same kind of spot for the rest of the format. For the rest of the Same. I would be playing droids right now. I would be finding the version of droids that matches my playstyle, but I would also be working on one of those sleeper decks, just to kind of have up your sleeve if you think it's going to be a breakout weekend. Look at last world. It's like Kylo Anakin was like
that was crazy.
A sleeper deck, and I don't think that deck was the best deck of the format.
Even Edwin said that was not the best deck of the format.
Yeah, but you just have one of those sleepers kind of up your sleeve, and you go, far out. This weekend is ripe for that.
Yeah, he just read
bust
the
it out,
correctly.
And you're a world champion. Exactly. Yeah. So I think it's like that. But what I'm like now is any deck you choose, like of the top few decks, you're
in a good spot.
What matters is you playing well. That's what matters. You could play, if you want to play mono blue, do that. If you want to play ramp, do that. I wouldn't go near Mill just yet, but maybe that is around the corner. You want to play Big Daddy Palp, or even Vader still is around. Like, whatever kind of deck you like to play, you can play that right now in this meta. And I think what matters the most is getting your play 100% on point.
I 100% agree. I think a lot of this meta comes down to skill at the moment and not the deck that you play. Like, the deck choice comes into it, but your familiarity with your own deck and going into other matchups is going to be the difference between winning and losing games, rather than just taking, Thrawn Snoke and just dominating because, hey...
I don't think that deck was even that good, to be honest. I didn't like it. It had a bit of air. If you didn't draw right, you ramped into nothing.
That deck gave me nightmares.
I mean, I didn't like that deck. I didn't like that meta because, like, if they drew Fist on turn 1, it was real bad. If they didn't, it was whatever. I don't want to go into it. But
Thrawn in general was just oppressive, and he just needed to go.
The good players played him better than the bad players.
He was oppressive.
Okay.
He was oppressive.
Yeah. But that's what we've established, right? Play what you want, just play it good. And the way to play it good, get a lot of reps in.
Yeah, correct. I think.
A good way to get reps in? The league.
During the league night,
Full circle, there we go.
All right, shall we wrap it up, guys? We're at 53 minutes. We're staying sub an hour, which is pretty good for us. Any final comments?
Just edit that part out about my dog barking.
If you've got an article to send, articles at DDU.Network.
Yeah, share your stuff with us. If you want to talk about anything, articles at DDU.Network.
Even if you just want to talk about Blake's dog. Do it.
What dog? It got edited out.
on that note, I've just received a message from someone that's tried to send us an article about their insane run at the X-Wing System Open, and it bounced. It's articles at DDU.Network. That's it, nothing else after, correct?
That is correct.
That is correct. So don't get weirded out, because he's like at ddunetwork.com.au. .network.
Now I'm confused.
Articles at DDU.Network. That's it. If you got something to say...